going on, Matt?
Hey, man, how's it going?
All right. Sitting out here in the hot garage.
Yeah. What's crazy is it's probably about 5-10 degrees cooler than what it is outside. It's pretty hot out there. So.
5 to 10 degrees cooler than what?
Than it is outside.
Maybe if I'm lucky. I have a bunch of fans going on in here, so
Yeah.
I'll hear a hum. That's what that is. Here we are. I'm glad we made it to this point, right? Time for our river swing.
Yeah.
Rivers have been getting a lot of chatter on the internet.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think lots of people are excited to fish the river tournaments. I know Grubby's been having some pretty good turnouts for theirs. But even just the talk of, river-specific kayaks, right? Like I've been seeing a lot of chatter today from iCast with that Bonafide RVR 119, and the Shoaly has been making a lot of waves lately. And seems like somebody said earlier, the river rats are finally getting some love.
Yeah, that's right.
What's your river boat of choice, Matt?
It's still the Unlimited.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome on lakes and rivers. For rivers, I just pop off the XI3 and paddle. It's great platform for that. So
nice. I don't spend much time on rivers. I should, but I don't. Yeah. Maybe next year.
There you go.
Maybe next year. So this is our first event of 2 on the rivers in Indiana. No, Matt Thomas, we cannot add jet boats. Nice try though. Going up to the Tippy. So we're just going to blast through the rules and a few things that we need to hit on, and we'll be ready to rock on Saturday. Hope to see everybody there. I probably won't be up until Saturday afternoon-ish, be my bet, but we'll see. Plans may change. But so our on the water time is 6:15. It's when you can leave away from the launch and head towards your first spot. We're going to get lines in at 6:30. Probably no reason to have a whole bunch of time to travel to a spot when you're fishing a river. So 6:30 lines in, 2:30 lines out. No more photos taken after that time. Submissions will be due by 3:30. It is your responsibility to find signal and get those submitted in time. It's been a few years since we've been up there, but I don't recall it being a major issue the last time we were there. So
no, I mean there's some tricky spots on the river, but there's plenty of coverage around it, so it's not like you have to travel for miles to get any sort of signal. So
and with 1 hour between lines out and submissions due, that should give you plenty of time to get off the water and get that taken care of if you need to.
Yep.
We're going to try and get awards started shortly after submissions due. Generally, we're pretty well wrapped up by the time 3:30 rolls around, so we're going to give that a whirl. Headquarters, we're going to do the same place we did last time, Buffalo Christian Church on 16 in Buffalo. The actual address is on Tourney X here. You should be able to find it in any of your mapping apps just by searching Buffalo Christian Church. It's kind of right in the middle of all of the allowable water, so pretty good spot. They let us use their parking lot. So Matt, do you want to go over the allowable launches and the allowable water?
Yeah, sure.
We get pretty specific on this one.
Yeah, it is. So kind of going from the northern, you can launch from Tippecanoe River State Park, Hatchell, Winnemac Park, Winnemac South, Pulaski, Pond and River, Norway, Monticello, Dodge Camp, the Oakdale Dam, the State Road 18 Bridge, and at River Junction.
So River Junction's actually on the Wabash, right?
Yeah.
Right there at the confluence of the two. So,
yep.
And I think there was a question earlier this week about the Monticello ramp. It's called something else sometimes, but
yeah,
I can't remember what it's called, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can't
Some
either.
beach park, something park beach.
Something like that. Yep.
So one of the things to keep in mind, I think, for all of our river events is we put together a planning page that has an interactive map with all the allowable launches, has charts and all that stuff. So if you have any questions, the link is actually right here on TourneyX and also available on our website.
Yeah, I refer to that a lot. That one and the White River, because they both have
Right.
great maps. So yep.
So you should be able to get back to this when we're back to that page whenever you need to. So that covers the launches. What about the allowable water?
So this is a river event, so we want to keep it to the river. So the lakes are off limits for this event, and I believe the Wabash is as well off limits.
That's correct.
We're trying to keep it to the Tippecanoe itself, whether that be that southern stretch or that northern stretch. So you can take out that river junction, but you can't actually fish the Wabash.
One of the questions that gets asked on occasion on these is what the northern boundary is. And the northern boundary is however far you want to paddle upriver, right? But you have to put in and take out in one of these launches.
And there's
so
a lot
if you
of
want
river
to put in
north.
At the park and go 3 miles north, go for it, right?
Yep.
And then I think we've identified, again, this is right here on TourneyX, so please always refer to TourneyX when you need to. But we've defined the Norway to Dodge Camp stretch. That is just north of, is that Lake Schaefer?
Yeah.
The southernmost lake?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that's the area between the lakes. And so we have defined the boundary of the lake as the 421 bridge. So anything south of the 421 bridge is considered the lake and is off limits. I think that covers everything on here. And the other stuff we need to talk about. Safety.
Yeah.
So I think it goes without saying the river events are slightly different beasts than lakes. All right, so it's always important to, of course, follow our safety guidelines, which is wearing your PFD at all times, but head on a swivel, right? Like pay attention to where the current's taking you at all times.
Yeah, especially the Tippy. The Tippy's moving pretty good. And then also something to be aware of, especially since this is a weekend, is there are a lot of jet boats that run the river on the Tippy. So chances are you'll hear them before you see them, but it's something to always keep on mind, especially on the Tippecanoe River, is boat traffic.
It's going to be pretty hot this weekend too, I think. So for your personal safety, make sure you're staying hydrated.
Yep. And it looks like there's some possibility of some thunderstorms early in the morning, so just keep an eye out for those. Looks like the chances lessen throughout the day. It's a pretty small chance right now, but there is a chance of storms in the morning, so just be aware of that as well.
Justin Kivett would like to know where he can catch 5 22-inch smallies. So if anybody has that information for him, don't let him know.
Yeah. That guy can do just fine by himself.
Right. He doesn't need any help.
That's right.
Probably the only other thing to cover would be the photo submissions. So just a reminder, we've gone over the normal rules. One thing to keep in mind for river events, especially if it's going to be a hotter day like this, let's put in a little extra effort to take care of these fish, right? So we're all out there enjoying the river, and I think you're all sportsmen and stewards of the water. So let's make sure we're all doing that. Cool your board off before you put the fish on there. Try not to keep the fish out of the water too long. right? Let's keep this a great fishery.
That's right. That's right. And something to keep in mind too is it is a river event, so the wade rule does apply. So you are allowed to wade if you need to. Tippy's a little bit more swift of a river, so not sure a lot of guys be out there wading, but the wade rule is in effect for this one.
So, remind me of the rule on that. Do you have to be tethered to your boat or just be able to see it?
You have to be able to see it.
Okay. Yeah, don't let your boat go.
Yeah.
Alex is suggesting that Justin just goes ahead and fishes the Wabash.
There you go.
All right. Short and sweet. Does anybody have any questions? Cody has posted, and how do I sign up for one of these? So all of our events, you register through TourneyX. I would suggest you go back to our video section on our Facebook page to go over our we kind of have one big rules meeting at the beginning of the season to understand the rules. Definitely reach out to us if you have any questions. If it's your first kayak fishing event, I would expect you to have a lot of questions just because there's a lot of little gotchas that you got to be aware of. Reach out to us, reach out to anybody else you know that might fish, and we'll get you taken care of. But tourneyx.com, if you click on club tabs, go to IN-Indiana Kayak Anglers, you'll find this event. You have until lines in on Saturday to get registered. All right. Yes, Randy, we can. We would expect you to be staged and around the launch area, and a lot of times you'll need to get out of people's way. So, yeah, absolutely, you can stick around the ramp until 6:15, and then you can head out. So, just within reason, right?
Yep, exactly.
It's a long day. You don't need that 5-foot head start. All right. Well, with that, I think we're going to wrap her up. Yeah. Short, sweet. We'll see everybody Saturday.
Awesome.
Tie lines, everybody. Be careful.
Be safe.